It's time for Mindful Moments Meditation with DJ Classics. Welcome to today's meditation presentation. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me, DJ Classics, for Mindful Moments of Meditation today. This month's series is titled Positive Guidance Through Anxiety, Using Mindfulness and Meditation to Reduce Anxiety. Over the years, studies have shown the benefits of meditation for mental health, from reducing symptoms of depression and anxiety to improving mindfulness and acceptance of circumstances and more. For people living with anxiety, meditation may improve anxiety levels in a few short weeks, with many benefits continuing long term. Studies have shown how beneficial meditation can be when managing stress and anxiety, which are the main drivers of panic attacks. And this was true after only one session. Meditation has also been shown to reduce the frequency and severity of panic attacks. And experts recommend aiming for at least 10 minutes per day. I appreciate you being here today and taking the time to tune in. Let's step into today's meditation. Our Mindful Moments Meditation morning conversation starter says, how often do you catch yourself daydreaming positive thoughts into your future? You can answer in the chat, you can answer in your journal, or you can just answer in your mind. Thank you for being a part of today's meditation. Today's session will be about 10 to 15 minutes longer than normal. So check your schedule and make sure you have enough time to listen. Also, thank you to our mods for being here, keeping such a safe, warm, welcoming, and inviting space. Our question says, how often do you catch yourself daydreaming positive thoughts into your future? Our question says, how often do you catch? One of my favorite things to do is daydream. I once had a journal, and the outside of it said, don't ever quit your daydream. And I thought, wow, what a great idea for drawing the good into your life regularly, daily, and to jot it down makes it come closer, faster. So try it. It's a good way to set up what's next without knowing what's next. Thank you for answering today's meditation question. Now, let's begin. Our quote of the day says, act the way you want to feel. Our quote of the day says, act the way. Our Day 19 focus statement says, I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions. Now you say, I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions. And now let's say it together. I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions. Today, we will complete a guided meditation on working through anxiety. This meditation will combine breath awareness, a short body scan, and a mindfulness of thoughts idea to explore sources of stress and anxiety. Our practice today will include mindful self-inquiry. Mindful self-inquiry is an investigation into the nature of one's own mind and being. That inquiry looks into physical sensations, emotions, and thoughts that may be contributing to stress and anxiety. In your daily life, you may be so busy doing that you feel you have little or no time for self-reflection. Yet, this exploration is extremely worthwhile, as fears often lie beneath the surface of awareness. When you practice mindful self-inquiry, you bring kind awareness and acknowledgement to any stressed or anxious feelings in the body and mind, and simply allow them to be. This means staying with those feelings without analyzing, suppressing, or encouraging them. Although this may seem scary in and of itself, realize that when you allow yourself to feel and acknowledge your worries, irritations, painful memories, and other difficult thoughts and emotions, this often helps them dissipate. By going with what's happening, rather than expending energy, fighting, or turning away from it, you create the opportunity to gain insight into what's driving your concerns. When you begin to understand the underlying causes of your apprehension, freedom and a sense of spaciousness naturally emerge. In essence, this is a process of learning to trust and stay with feelings of discomfort rather than trying to escape from or analyze them. This often leads to a remarkable shift. Time and again, your feelings will show you everything you need to know about them and something you need to know for your own well-being. Now, let's prepare to meditate. You can do today's practice in a seated position, standing position, or even lying down. Choose a position in which you can be comfortable and alert. As we begin this practice, let's take a moment to welcome and congratulate ourselves in being here. That we're actually taking this time to be present, to go inside, and enter into our own lives. Let's take a few minutes to feel that we are in the mind and body with a mindful check-in. feeling any sensations, any holdings, any tightness in the body, as well as feeling into your mood, feeling into our emotions, and just acknowledging whatever's being felt and letting it be. Just feeling how we are with awareness and acknowledging whatever there is to be felt. Now, very gently, withdrawing the awareness from the mindful chicken, let's bring our attention to the breath. Being mindful of the breath in the abdomen, expanding on an inhalation and falling on an exhalation. Breathing in and breathing out with awareness. Breathing normally and breathing naturally, feeling the rise and fall of the abdomen. This type of mindful breathing can help calm us down when we are feeling anxious, feeling fearful. So just be mindful of the breath coming in and going out. Breathing in and out with awareness. If we find in the silences that our mind has wandered off, compassionately, gently make them note, wandering and coming back to the breath and the abdomen. Breathing in and breathing out with awareness. Slowing our lives down, taking it one inhalation and one exhalation at a time. Breathing in and breathing out with awareness. Breathing in and breathing out, moment to moment. Now, gently withdraw the awareness from breathing. We'll now shift our focus to a body scan. Feeling into this body, into the world of sensations, thoughts, and emotions, and acknowledging whatever is being experienced. Just like a meteorologist will objectively report the weather and the outside, we as mindfulness practitioners are like internal meteorologists reporting the weather objectively on the inside. So whatever it is that we're feeling in the body, in the mind, let's just acknowledge whatever is being felt and let be. Let's bring the focus of our awareness into the soles of each of our feet, getting to feel the heels, bottom of your feet, the toes, the top of the feet, behind and into the Achilles tendon, and gently above into the ankle joints, feeling each of the feet up to the ankles with awareness and just acknowledging whatever is felt in the body or potentially in the mind. Feeling into the feet, into the ankles, letting the awareness rise up into each of the lower legs and to the calves, the shins, and coming up into the knee joints. Feeling into the body with awareness. Now, letting the awareness rise up from the lower legs and knees into the upper legs, into the thighs, our hamstrings, quadriceps, feeling into the upper legs and feeling its connection up into the hip joints, feeling sensations, the felt sense of the body, feeling into the thighs, into the hips, and letting be. letting the awareness come up into the hips, into the pelvic girdle, into the center of the body, feeling the sit bones, the buttocks, the genital region, great systems within your elimination, your reproduction, feeling into the center of this body with awareness within the hips and pelvic girdle. Whatever arises in the body, or perhaps at times even in the mind and emotions, acknowledging and letting be. Letting the awareness rise into the tailbone and then gently coming up into the lower back, up the spine, into the middle of the back, and eventually into the upper back, feeling sensations in the back with awareness and letting be. As we go through this body, we may notice from time to time tensions, tightness, achiness, and if we can allow any of these areas to soften, by all means, let that happen. It's also important to know that if we are unable to soften, our practice in mindfulness informs us to let it be. Let whatever sensations ripple and resonate wherever they need to go. The same applies even to our thoughts and emotions, letting them be. Withdrawing the awareness now from the shoulders to the fingertips and placing our attention into the belly. Great system of digestion, assimilation, feeling into the belly with awareness. Whatever sensations that may be felt, tightness, nervousness, just rightness, whatever's there, acknowledging and letting it be as we feel into our guts, into the belly with awareness. Now letting the awareness rise up into the skin of the chest, into the breast, to the sternum and the rib cage. Then feeling into the great systems of ventilation of the lungs and circulation of the heart. Feeling into the chest with awareness and being mindful of whatever comes up in the body. Letting any waves of thoughts, emotions, sensations ripple and resonate wherever they need to go. Feeling into the chest with awareness. Now bringing the awareness from the chest back up into the shoulders again. Feeling the shoulders and its connections into the neck and throat. Being present. Now letting the awareness from the shoulders and neck and throat come up into the jaw joint, one of the most exercised joints in the body, home of communication, home of how we take in food, feeling into the jaw, into the mouth, into the teeth and tongue, and letting be. Feeling into the cheeks of the face, into the sinus passages, into the temples, the head, and the forehead. Feeling into the eyes and the muscles around the eyes. Feeling into the facial structure. Feeling into the top, into the back of the head. Feeling sensations and letting be. Feeling in through the ears, into the inside of the head, into the brain. Feeling the face and head with awareness. Now, gently connecting the face and head with the neck and throat, and with the shoulders and arms and the hands, the chest, the belly, the back, the hips, the legs and feet, feeling the body as a whole, from head to toe to fingertip. As we breathe in, feeling the body rising ever so gently on the inhalation and falling on the exhalation. As we're feeling into this body and mind, we may at times continue to experience some anxious thoughts, worries, fears, and there are times when we can use the practice of mindfulness, of inquiry, of investigating to discover potentially the underlying causes of our fears. If it appears that even after practicing the body scan and mindful breathing, that we're persisting with some anxious feelings, bringing attention to those feelings themselves, now to acknowledge what's being felt, feeling into the fear. As I say this, I want to say this with a word of compassion and gentleness. Just like on a hot day, if we would like to go swimming and we put our toes into the water and react with such coldness that through the gradual acclimation of dipping our toes in and out of the water, we acclimate to the temperature, and slowly, part by part, our body becomes accustomed to the temperature of the water, and we go swimming. Very gently, dipping the toes into feeling fear, just acknowledging what's there, letting be, feeling into the fear with awareness. There's no need to try to analyze or figure things out, just feeling into the experience of feeling anxious or fearful or worried, and letting be. And whatever arises, equally acknowledging and letting be, feeling into the heart of fear. Just listening with such compassion. No need to push ourselves more than we can handle, but just working with the edges, feeling into the anxiety and acknowledging as we learn to be with things as they are. We may discover the underlying causes of our fear and pain. And now, gently withdrawing from the mindful inquiry practice, let's just come back to the breath again. In and out. Feeling the abdomen, the belly rising and expanding on the inhalation, and falling slowly on the exhalation. Breathing in and breathing out with awareness. Just staying present to each breath in and out. Now, just as we're watching the breath coming and going, we can even begin this last practice of watching the very thoughts we think, like watching the clouds flying by in the sky, like sitting at the edge of a river, just watching whatever is floating downstream. Beginning to observe the mind and even the thoughts of fear are nothing but passing mental phenomena, like clouds, observing any fearful, anxious thoughts as just mental events that come and go, being present to the mind, just thoughts. Just like any of the other senses of sight, of sound, taste, smell, any body sensations, all coming and going, all showing the mark of impermanence. Observing the mind, thoughts, noticing the ever-changing nature of thoughts, showing its impermanence, just coming and going, thinking. As we become aware of thoughts and the traps we find ourselves in, right in that moment, we can become free. Just thoughts. And now, gently withdrawing our awareness from the mindfulness of thoughts, let's come back to the breath in the abdomen. Just be mindful, breathing in and breathing out. And now, as we begin to end this meditation on working through anxiety, let's take a moment to remember all of those that are being challenged with these feelings, all of those living with fear and worry. Let's extend our well wishes of healing, of peace, to all those living in fear. May we take these moments now to congratulate ourselves for proactively turning into the fears, into working with them. May we affirm, as we acclimate ourselves to the fears, that we cannot be so challenged by them. May all beings, all those anywhere that live in fear, may we remember to be held in the cradle of the heart of the universe and know that we have not been forsaken. May all beings, wherever they are, may they be free from fear, and may all beings be at peace. Now, let's take just a few moments for some quiet meditation. Our focus statement for today says, I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to to improve my emotions. In a moment, you will hear the sound of a soft bell indicating the start of our meditation together. Allow yourself to rest quietly, focused on what we've shared today. When you hear this sound again, that will indicate the close of our meditation period. Take a deep breath in as you return to the present moment. When you feel ready, softly, gently open your eyes. As you go throughout the course of your day, remember today's focus statement. I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions. Namaste. Now it's time to grab your journal and writing utensil. How do you address your fearful thoughts? In what ways can you shift your thinking away from anxiety? Thank you for taking the time to complete your journal entry. In addition, today, don't forget to write down 3 things you know you are grateful for that have made a difference in your life in the last 24 hours. Thank you to our mods for being here today. I appreciate you. Sight Giver, Miss J UK, Tab Gilbert, DJ Purpose, and Misty Blue. I appreciate you all hanging in there and keeping the space in the chat hospitable, friendly, kind, welcoming, generous, safe, and secure. Thank you for taking the time to tune into Mindful Moments in Meditation for this series, Positive Guidance Through Anxiety, using mindfulness and meditation to reduce anxiety. We always appreciate when you like, comment, or share these videos with those who would most benefit from them. Click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can receive alerts when new meditations are uploaded. Until we share together again, take care of your mind, body, and soul. As we close out for today, let's review our focus statement. I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions. Now you say, I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions. And now let's say it together. I can mindfully examine my feelings and use kind awareness to improve my emotions.